If you're passionate about change and love a good laugh, then you need to join Chuck and Joe. Chuck and Joe are a dynamic husband and wife duo, tackling the biggest issues across the nation and around the globe. With a blend of wit and wisdom, they dive deep into current events, giving you the lowdown with a side of humor. They're not just talking heads, they're your fellow freedom fighters, committed to sparking meaningful conversations. From politics to social justice, no topic is off limits. So hit that subscribe button and join the freedom fighter community today. Let's laugh, learn, and fight for a better world together. Welcome to the Freedom Fighters podcast, where serious meets funny, just like Chuck and Joe.
Hi, everyone. This is Chuck and Joe, and this is the next recording of the Freedom Fighters podcast. It's January 31st, 2026. We're going to move on, and we're going to have some fun. First of all, I would like to tell everyone, if you would like to hit that like and subscribe button for me, I would appreciate it. I hate it when it's brought up all the time. Unfortunately, right now, it's a necessity for me to move my channel. So if you would have the courtesy to at least hit the like button, if you don't want to subscribe, I would truly appreciate it. And I welcome you to comment anywhere on anything at any time. The email will be down below. I love to read them, and I do read them, and I try to respond to everyone. Now let's get on and have some fun today, and let's have some truth, okay? First of all, what I want to bring up is I want to start with our lovely state of Virginia. Hi, Virginia. Anybody out there? Let me know. And I'm dying to know what you guys think about this. I told you yesterday about some of the new laws with Virginia. I certainly didn't tell you all of them. I think there are maybe 50 on the books I think I read, and just the silliest things I've ever heard. But I was listening today and studying through the articles that I was reading and studying through the podcast, listening to different things. And I'll be darned if Virginia didn't come back up. And if it's not bad enough, America, that Virginia has to put up with those absolutely absurd, and I mean absurd, new taxes, they let us know something else. So I don't know if you guys in Virginia know about this. And I shouldn't just say guys, you women also. You guys have a surplus of $2.7 billion. A surplus. Indiana has a surplus too, where I live. I don't think it's that much. So you guys are doing really well. Yet your Dems that you voted in are raising your taxes. And I mean dramatically. Now I have to tell you two things that I didn't talk about yesterday, because quite honestly, I didn't know one of them. But I'm going to let you in on this secret because I think it is a bunch of baloney. They are increasing, and I mean your government, your governor on down to your mayors and so on, city councils, whatever, are increasing all of their government wages. Take that into consideration, Virginia, 105%. You already have a $2.7 billion surplus. But the Dems are going to charge you more taxes so that they can have a better wage. But it gets better. Wait, it gets better. Not only is their new wage increase important, when asked what they're going to do with their money, since they already have a surplus, this is what they responded. We're taking care of our officials. We're buying them homes so they can live where they need to live. What does that mean? You can't live across the tracks, or you can't live on a hill, or you have to be snuggled in some quiet little shady neighborhood and have a gate around it that no one else can get to in Virginia. What exactly does that mean? So you're going to tell me everyone in government gets a new house? Everyone but the people, of course, who are paying the taxes, of course, who are paying your wages, of course, who are buying your house, of course. What are you thinking? Hello. Got a little excited there. Hello, Virginia. What are we doing? America, I want you to take a look at Virginia. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Do you want the Dems to come in to each of our states and increase their wages 155% when we can't even lift minimum wage without having the nation have a breakdown? How inflation is going to go up if wages are increased? Well, Virginia, if that's the case, Dems have said that in Congress. They fought for wages, against wages being raised for other Americans. Why do they think that in Virginia they can raise their wages 155% for all government, you guys are not going to have a deficit. I don't understand how this works. Why don't we get Chuck Schumer in there to help them out? I think you might have the young grouper. I don't know. Are there any Dems there at all? Way I hear it, they're usually out partying, but we'll move on. Turning the page. We're going to go and we're going to talk about our government now. Okay. What can I say? Welcome back to a partial shutdown. At least this time, right now anyway, we're only to partial shutdown. And I don't even know where to begin on this because I'm so aggravated. I am so aggravated with both sides. Let me tell you, both sides. First of all, I'm going to start off with the Republican Party. That's my side. The country voted for President Trump to go in with a huge majority. Now, whether you like it or not, he's president, everyone. He's our president. I didn't vote for Barack Obama, but when he was president, I respected him. Okay. That being said, what I did not vote for was for Congress to come together, and I mean the Republicans, and go behind the president's back and do him dirty. You old GOP rhinos need to get the hell out. And I'm sorry about the French. I'll not say another cuss word, but you need to get out. And I mean this. We American people are tired of you going against what we vote for so that you can go behind people's backs and get money. Okay. And I don't know where you're getting it from. George Soros, maybe, or agencies, other NGOs. I don't know, but something's fishy. Why do you have to go behind doors to make deals? I feel like whenever you take a vote as a Republican, I want to see what every Republican votes for. Yay or nay on every bill. Of course, then that's my opinion. How about the rest of you? Can you put down there, honestly, email me. Let me know what your thought is. Should they or should they not have to let us know what they've voted? And should they or should they not make deals behind doors? You know, they say the dirtiest deals are made in quiet. Bring it on out, rhinos. We'd like to hear what you're doing. The next part, I'm going to go to the Dems. Okay. I am now going to share with you the partial shutdown and who it's affecting. This is just a number of things that it's affecting at this point. The Department of Defense. Well, that's important. Guess not. We only have, I don't know, boats over by Iran, carriers. We're getting ready to go to war over there. But we want to decrease the Department of Defense. I don't know, Dims. That makes so much sense. Are you protected? Do you have your own underground house? Let me know where you're going because I want to go there too, okay? So that I can be safe when the bombs start going off. Fair enough? I think that's fair. You know, if you're going to decrease the Department of Defense and they can't defend the United States, then I say you're responsible for us, okay? The next one is the Department of Homeland Security. Again, wow, Dims, we don't need anybody checking the borders. That's right. You want people to come in. You want their votes. I should know that as an American. I'm learning very quickly that it's not about an American to you. It's about an immigrant so they can vote for you. Okay, how about the Department of State or the Department of Labor? I have little things I could say about every one of them, but we'd be here all night on this podcast. So I'm going to keep it short. The Department of Healthy Human Services. The Department of Education. Well, that's not important, is it? We don't care if we educate our children. After all, they're all Nazis, so they learn the same thing, right? Ha! Joke's on you. Moms and dads that are homeschooling, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. I cannot tell you enough that I believe that what our children are being taught is wrong. And I believe that the Democrats and the rhinos that have voted for this, it is absolutely absurd. Our children are our future, not you. Next, the Department of Transportation. Go off on that one. How about the Department of Housing and Urban Development? That's HUD. That's interesting also. So we're going to take care of the immigrants, but defund HUD for the people with lower incomes in America who need that money. Families, American families that need help. Boy, you Dems are on a run, aren't you? And probably the rhinos. The last one is the Department of, the Treasury, including the IRS. Well, you know, I'm sorry, that's number 9. I'm sorry. I guess we can do without the IRS. I'm not really going to gripe about that one. Moving on. The Treasury Department. Oh, no, that one saved us and that one's taken us down. Government just prints more money when they want to fix something and increases or decreases the inflation. Does it even really matter? And how about independent trade agencies? Well, that's not important, is it? We don't have tariffs going on or anything else. You're out to really destroy our country, aren't you? If people really understood what you were doing, they'd have a fit. They would. Most Americans are working and don't have the time to dig into what you're doing. But I see you and I can speak. Got a loud mouth. Ask my husband. Sitting right there, right, Chuck? Yeah. And I'm going to scream from the rooftops to let America know on this podcast exactly what you're spewing out. Next, I can't believe that you want to defund ICE and DHS, but then I can, because we all understand your end game. Your end game is votes. You let all these people in. You gave them what they wanted. In turn, they gave you votes. We all know it. We all see it. Don't try to hide it any longer. And in most cases, most of you aren't hiding it, right, Nancy Pelosi? Yeah, just picking you out for starters. And good old Chuck Schumer, you know. You're doing the most harmful thing you can do. You're letting criminals kill Americans. And these are not American citizens that I'm speaking of. We still have gang members here from Trinidad and other countries with horrible gangs as well. That's okay to let them run on our streets, to kill our children, our grandchildren, our daughters, our mothers, sons, husbands. You think that's okay? Since when did a vote become worth more than a human life? You really are despicable. You need to go back and check yourself. Check yourself. And I'm sorry, Democrats. I love you equally. I do. I have many friends and family that are Democrats, but I do not agree with this behavior at all. And I'm not going to say I do. There's so many truths that I could put here. Let me tell you another truth. It's the media, which is why I'm on this podcast. I'm a 60-year-old grandmother that is trying to spread the word about what she knows. 60-year-old grandmother that's done her homework. And I'm not going to sit back and let this biased, untruthful media do what they're doing to our country to help you to make everything look so happy, or to make it look like it's all Trump's fault because you have Trump derangement. I can't even say it, derangement syndrome, because it's despicable. One of the best professions, and I believe this, used to be journalism. I myself used to take my Holly Hobby notebook. For those of you that are my age, Holly Hobby notebook, and I would write down things everywhere and pretend I was a newscaster and that I'd gone out and got these special stories. I used to listen to Cronkite on the news with my father. I'm telling you, I don't know what it's come to, but you're not journalists. And they make fun of podcasters. It's ridiculous. I'm going to tell you something. CNN, ABC, CBS, MSNBC. You guys are terrible. You are bought out. You're not journalists. You're not anything to me. I don't watch you. But what you are doing is tainting the truth. And as long as people watch me, I'm going to bring it forward. And I'm going to tell you how wrong you are. I learned more from Joel at New Life News and Steve Bannon from the War Room than I have ever learned from you. I learned more from Promethean Action from Barb and Susan than I've ever learned from you. And if America's smart, they'll start looking up these other podcasts and check into the truth, because what you're reporting is bad, bad journalism, and most of all, detrimental to all of us. Speak the truth. Get off the news. You're terrible. Shame on you. But the rest of that little fun is for another day. I'm trying to make this short today, so I'm going to move on. And I am going to tell you this. I did look at the Harper polling. I looked up Trump's, if he was heading in the right direction, the polls. Believe it or not, you guys can believe what you want, but this is one of the best in the nation for polling. 81% back President Trump at the U.S. border. Also, 93% of people back U.S. deportation. They say Trump's heading in the right direction. I say you better get on board, news. The real news, not the fake news like President Trump calls it. Get on board. Report the truth. Last thing I want to say about the shutdown, because we all know there's plenty we could all say about the shutdown, is Shumer. When is this old rhino gonna get on a rhino and ride off into the water? For all I care, he can be thrown up in the air and gobbled down, okay? But I'm afraid his meat would be bad. We don't want any sick rhinos. We need to protect those. And I don't mean the ones in Congress. Anyway, sarcasm, isn't it fun? He wrote this board out today. You know, board behind him. And he had to go down each one with his hand like we were third graders. I nearly lost it. And this is what he wrote. This is per the head of the Democratic Party, old Mr. Rhino himself, Mr. Schumer. What they want for this new government shutdown to end is to end the roving patrols. 2, to enforce accountability. 3, mask off. Body cameras on. No secret police. You can't use the stuff they're using in Minnesota that George Soros put together. If that's the way it is, Schumer. Okay? You guys can't use it if we can't. Just saying. Anyway, every official must have clear identification on. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is the most ridiculous, absolutely most absurd thing I've ever heard. First of all, they all wear cameras. Okay? It's a must. They're all trained. First, he wanted for the shutdown not to happen, for DHS and for ICE not to be paid. Well, he's not smart enough, evidently, to read the big, beautiful bill because that was already funded. Mr. Schumer had to find another reason, quickly to shut down the government because that's what they want to do, because they're taking the side of the immigrants, not the side of us, America, not the side of us. And Mike Johnson wants a House vote on Monday night. Well, let me just say this to all of you. We're tired of you messing around. We're tired of your vacations. We're tired of all of the days you take off. We're tired of hearing about what you don't get paid to do. It's all a sham. Get over it. The American people see through you. And if they don't, well, the freedom fighters are going to make sure they do. Schumer, what are they doing when they're out there? They're enforcing accountability. They are enforcing what the Trump administration was voted in to do. And the roving patrols, well, if you wouldn't give us a reason for them to roam, they wouldn't roam. They go to each city with a specific agenda, specific people, let me help you with this, to pick up, Mr. Schumer. And on those lists, it's the bad people. What's happening is the good people are fighting for these bad people. They're getting in the way, and then some of them get deported themselves. DHS are not after them. They're after the offenders. So what you're telling Americans really is that you want the criminals to stay here. Is that correct, Mr. Schumer? Go ahead and address us. We'd love to know. Is it? How about you, freedom fighters? Tell me what you're all feeling. Do you feel that that's what's going on? Because I sure do. Among a boatload of other things. And no secret police. Well, there's been secret police since the start of the American Revolution. Way before that. Let's go back to England, right? Let's go back before then to the Roman Empire. There have always been secret police and always will be. Sorry, Mr. Schumer, you lose there too. But Mr. President, I'm going to say something to you. Donald Trump, I love you, but I'm angry with you right now. We have the House, we have the Senate, and we have the presidency. And yet Democrats are holding us hostage when it comes to the shutdown of the government again? How is that even possible? What is going on? What? So I'm going to end this little segment with the Democrats shut down the government to put, trying to think of a better way to say this, to put in a priority on immigrants and non-citizens instead of putting a priority on the people. And they're putting everybody ahead of us. That's what it just boils down to. They're putting everybody ahead of us, everyone. That's the honest and forthcoming truth. They want votes. They want money for their NGOs, which they're funding through our tax dollars. Waltz's arrest isn't even the minimum of things for us to worry about. We haven't even touched California and their wonderful governor. Can't wait to see that. Here's the facts. Only we can change this. There's nobody that has a cape on that can fly in and save us. No one with a superpower but us. And that's going to the polls. We have to get these people out. There needs to be terms put on the government. And when I say that, the senators and the U.S. House, they need to be termed. The president's termed, they need to be termed. Then we wouldn't have, at least to the degree we do now, people that have been there 30 years and basically run the Senate or run the House and tell everyone what to do. Right, Pelosi? Again. Right, Schumer? Again. And I have many to name on our side also. I know you rhinos, GOP rhinos. You know who you are. We see you. We see you. It's sad. It's sad. Had to be a citizen of the U.S. right now. It's embarrassing around the world to see all these wonderful things that Trump is doing, all the wonderful things we as Americans are doing, and we can't see those. You know, we don't even see good stuff on the news anymore. It's all negative. How can anyone be happy? It's all we see day in and day out. That's why I try to add, and I try to add humor some anyway to this podcast, but it really isn't funny. It's the truth. One of the last, there's basically two things I want to go over last with you. I don't think our government can get any better if our judges don't get any better. Do you know 60% of all the district judges out there are Democrat? And do you know that of that 60%, at least 50% have fought Trump every step of the way? How are we supposed to do anything? Obama did it well when he put in all these little judges. He knew exactly what he was doing. America, they're not enforcing the laws that are made. They're trying to make new ones themselves. These judges are following politics instead of following the Congress, or excuse me, I'm sorry, the Constitution, instead of following the Constitution. When they are in there, all biases are supposed to be put aside when they take their oath. They are supposed to make their decisions solely on, and I mean solely on, the law and our Constitution. These judges need to be voted out. I didn't know. I guess I should have been smart enough to know. I'm a registered nurse in past that they don't have to be well educated. You know, judges don't have to be lawyers before they're judges. They can come off the seat of a toilet and go and run. That's why I think the toilets are so full of poopy. I'm just saying. We need to elect the right people. And that's on us, America. If it says dim, don't vote it. I'm just saying. And you need to read who the old Republicans are, because they need to go. You need to look at the votes that your senators and your congressmen are passing and figure out who's good or bad. And you need to make a difference and speak out. If you don't want to speak out, go out and hold a sign up, or go and help at an election, or do whatever you can to get involved, because our country's on the line. It's on the line. It's on the line. And I looked through my notes, you know, and there's so many things I could talk about. The judges really aggravate me. For example, there's a judge in Detroit. She's been indicted, charged, and arrested from stealing money from vulnerable old people, incapable of knowing what they're doing. They don't understand, in other words, what they're doing. She was in a scam with her friends and 3 other people, and they took so many houses from these older people. They redid them, and they sold them for tons of profit, and this was a judge. I only bring the truth to you here. Read it. It's in Detroit. Sad, sad time to be in the United States, and yet it's a good time to be in the United States. I see an administration fighting for us. I see people trying to vote in the right people, but not hard enough. Okay? We're not done. We're not done. The fight's not over. Trump is undoing 50 years of the deep state. And if you don't believe there's a deep state, then you better open your eyes. They even refer to it now. They're not even afraid to say they exist. They're here, America, and they're here to take us over. Socialism and communism are walking on our door. They're knocking on our door, walking on our door, and have come through. Look at the mayor of New York. I get it, girls. Oh my goodness, he's so handsome. You know, we got to go vote for him because he's so handsome. Okay, past it, ladies. He's a communist. Read on it. Women don't mean anything to him. Read about it. We have other judges, or excuse me, other people that are being voted into office. Sorry, I misspoke. Other people that are being voted into office that are of other parties that are not of a republic. And the United States is a republic, not a democracy, everyone. And we're a republic, and we believe in freedom. You don't know how lucky you are, and I'm just going to end it on this. You don't know how lucky you are to live in the United States of America. There are people fighting to get into our country. There are people that die to get into our country. And I'm not talking about bad people. I'm talking about good people. And we as Americans can't get up out of bed long enough to appreciate what we have. It's always a gripe about something, not caring about this, but expecting that. Well, you're about to see what it is to lose. And when we do, you're going to wish that you would have listened to small podcasts like this. It's going to be too late because what they want is more government and less people. And you think that more government is good? No. Yeah, they'll pay for things for a while, but then they'll stop giving you toilet paper when you need it. You only get so many rolls per month. I mean, this is no joke. Read about it in other countries. They'll stop giving us food when the allotments run out and the rich have had their fill first. Read about it. Take your kids and you'll have no say-so. Read about it. You'll be stoned or whipped or killed because no police are there to protect you. Read about it. I want my podcast to be a happy one, so I'm going to leave that there. But I am fighting. And I started a movement called STV, Stop the Violence. But Chuck Schumer ruined that for me today. I'm going to leave you on a good note. Yeah, his little sign that he made, the one I told you about, and then he pointed out, he called it STV, Stop the Violence. And I thought, oh, no. So I've renamed it. So my new movement is called HACS, HACS. How about common sense? Come join my movement, everyone. Please make a comment. We can start a revolution here of making America the way we want it. Everyone together. And I don't care if you're Democratic, if you're Republican, I don't care where you're from. Let's just be smart in our decisions. Let's love one another, be respectful of one another, get rid of the hatred. Let's show our children that America's a beautiful place, because that's not what they're seeing. So if you would, send me an email. Let me know you'd help out in some way. Or even if you'd join, let me know. And send me an email, I'll respond to you. I'll do my best to respond to everyone. I always try to. And in the meantime, could you do me one last favor? I won't ask you to read any signs. If you would, could you hit that like button and that subscribe button? And if you don't want to subscribe, that's okay. Join me again. Just hit the like button for me if you would. I need to pass these words on, and I need them for an algorithm that doesn't seem to like me right now. Never did get along with computers. Anyway, thank you. I love you, America. I love you, freedom fighters. And let's make this the best world ever. Until next time, this is Chuck and Joe. Good night.